Hello everyone, I am Damola Awoyokun. I am here at the opening night, the premiere of Simon Burridge's The Tab Theory.
What do you win?
I don't know, money?
Nah. What if Blues has to kiss her?
Okay, deal.
Hello, hello.
Oi, oi.
I'm a national security risk. If people find out about this, I will be in deep shit.
Check this out. All the way from the US of A.
This better not be your piss again.
Remember, kids, magicians are no beds.
Sally, I'm ready for filming. What time's Marvin going to get here? I'm going to kill him.
My name. Dick of the week.
You silly. I feel so unprepared for this role.
Your aforementioned pipeline, now flow of my line.
I've lubed them up. Don't balls it up.
I'm a qualified mechanical engineer.
For a toilet roll company. Carry on. That's it, Ted. You walk away as usual. We need to make a plan.
Well, you know what they say. The only way is up.
All right, congratulations, Simon,
Thank
for your brilliant movie, and it was fantastic. It's well-paced and character-driven movie. And tell us, why the title, The Tab Theory?
Okay, now the tab theory is based around the flashback scene.
Okay.
And in the flashback, one of the characters shows the other character a bottle of Tab Clear. Now, Tab Clear came out in the early 90s. Around where the flashback was, and it's basically a bottle of Coke, but it's clear. So he was basically inspired by this clear bottle of Coke. So he wants to be a scientist when he grows up. So this inspiration of him seeing a clear bottle, which should be like a dark bottle of Coke, is his inspiration to try and invent invisibility.
That's quite a leap. That's quite a leap.
Of course, yeah, it's quite a leap.
I mean, you are a videographer of repute. I mean, you shoot weddings, you know, social parties, events like that. And now you're going into movie making, series making. I mean, where's the interest? Why the interest?
I've always been very creative, and I like making people laugh. And even as an engineer at Kimberly Clark, I've made people laugh, and that was my goal. That's always been my goal in life. So I just wanted to do something that was funny.
Yeah, you know? That's fantastic. I mean, like Ted, you are a mechanical engineer. And how much of you is in Ted, and how much of Ted is in you?
Yes, right. I've never, quote, shoved my hand up a doll's arse, unquote. So, yeah, I've never been a ventriloquist.
Okay.
I'm a bass guitarist.
All right.
So
that's good to know
I do perform on stage. I still play bass every now and then.
All right. I know that the indoor shots really calls for, you know, different kind of lighting beside the outdoor shot. I mean, walk us through some of the lighting strategies that you employed.
Yeah, it's a budget thing, really.
Okay.
I borrowed people's houses for those shots. So that was my cousin-in-law's house that we filmed in the living room and the kitchen. And the sun was beaming through her window. And she had no blinds or anything like that. And I knew that after the shoot there, they were going to do their kitchen. And I was like, would you like me to buy you some blinds for your new kitchen?
Right.
No, we're not having blinds. I'm like, oh, no, I've got to deal with this sun coming through, you know what I mean? I really wanted to block it out, you know, but based on budget and things, I couldn't. So I had to try and make the room as bright as possible with a filter inside just to try and match the sun. And you know what it's like trying to match the sun, it's impossible. So obviously those two shots, the living room and the kitchen, would have been far better off in a studio. But I've kept the budget down. You know, the budget was under £5,000 for this episode.
But they were amazing.
Thank you.
They were really amazing. I mean, to me, the way I read it is that it actually dramatizes the life of Ted, which is going to be dark and, you know, pathetic. You know, it's a fragile character. But that lightning, it really brightened things up. Number one, I mean, yes, we were, from the zooming shot that you used initially, which we are still going to come to, it really, you know, set us up that, you know, something dangerous is about to happen, something, you know, not quite good is about to happen. It really set us up. So, but once we got into the scene with the children, and you know, it really bright. I mean, it was really, the children were really vibrant. They really acted it well. You know, all the scene were really bright. So to me, I saw it as a good contrast to the life of the loser Ted.
Yeah. So that scene was in my house.
That
was my kitchen.
Right.
That was my window that kid was licking. And that is Lotus spread.
Oh God, because I was about to ask you that. Is that chocolate,
That's
Nutella, or something else?
Lotus spread. That was Lotus spread, and it wasn't in the script.
Right.
We decided to add it. I added it to the script a couple of days before, and we didn't even go for the fact that it looked like what you're thinking it looked like. It just happened to be the only spread, we had. So it looks like, it does make you think, has he had an... But that wasn't even an intention, but I thought, let's leave it in, you know. Because I just wanted to show a little bit of chaos.
Okay.
Yeah, and with limited amount of children. Remember, this was filmed in lockdown, so I had limited amount of people. The club scene, for instance, I couldn't use more than, I think it was 20 people for the club scene.
Yeah, it worked.
I hope it did, because
it worked.
The problem you have when you're filming it and you've been in the environment and you're seeing beyond what the camera sees, you can't unsee that.
Yeah.
So it needs someone that wasn't there to know, did that feel like it was reasonably busy? You know?
And the reason why it worked is the lighting. Because the stage was lightened very well, but the audience, you know, you darkened it. So it's only the members of the audience in front that you see. And it creates the impression there are still more people at the back.
Yeah, good.
So the lighting make it work.
It's exactly what we did. And it was filmed in here. So we had these lights shut off in stages. So we had the lights on at the end, and we just shut these ones off just to create a bit of depth. Like you say, just try our best to make it look like it was full when there was really 18 to 20 people sitting watching it. You know,
yeah, it really worked. It really worked. In terms of your strategy, your shot strategy, I mean, how do you plan your shot? How do you execute it? How do you use it to inform the narrative and drive the plot forward?
Okay, so for instance, when we first meet the magician, I purposely had that angle low to show some dominance in him. I was once told by an old boss of mine years ago that he had to announce redundancies, and what he did is he made his chair as low as possible, and he made the people who was making redundant their chair as high as possible. So they showed a bit of dominance. So for once, he wasn't the dominant person. He was saying, you know, unfortunately, you haven't got a job anymore, you know, and that's what you got to do. If you want to show dominance, you have the upper ground, you know. So that's what I was basically achieving, trying to achieve with that.
I think that's one of the best. That was one of the most powerful scenes and one of the best shots, actually, in the pilot. There are some other ones like the opening shots. They were also really good, but that one and the reaction shot. I mean, you just showed Ted, you know, in a pathetic situation, and you would not just but sympathize with him, because yes, I mean, he's a father of two. He is separated. You know, another man is now in charge of his house. Is Mrs. And also about to destroy his career that is growing.
And I kind of know how he feels, right? In a weird way, I know how he feels.
Triumphing. Oh God, you just felt. Oh man, it was beautifully achieved.
And those are my children. Those two kids are my children. And it breaks my heart every time my son turns around and says, "Bye, Dad," to Ted. I'm like, he's not your dad. You know what I mean? And he knew he's 4 years old when we shot that, and he knew exactly what he was doing. I couldn't believe how good he was. He was like, "Yeah, okay, I'll act that out for you." And if you watch him in that scene, my son is just perfect in it. You know?
They really pull it off.
They do pull it off.
And your daughter as well.
That's my daughter.
Your daughter and your son. According to the credits, yes, daughter and they really added, you know, the allure to that scene. And it's really fantastic.
For budget reasons and COVID reasons, they have two roles, so they're also dressed up. The spaceman is also my son, but with a lot longer hair. And the ninja is my daughter.
I've forgotten the name of this French philosopher that says that creativity flourishes when there are many constraints. It's not when there's freedom. It's not when there is, you know, abundance. But when there is constraints, that's when creativity flourishes.
That's very good.
So when when you have all these budget constraints, you know, having to kind of multitask, having to kind of use your family, your own resource, your children for different things, I think it really brings a unique, you know, angle to the pilots. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right, actually, yeah.
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 If you've got every resource at your hands, then it doesn't, there's a part of your brain that just switches off.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. So it added creativity to it. One of the things I observe again in about your planning your shots, which are fantastic as well. You know, the opening shot, I said, you know, you use this zooming shot, you know, towards the door, creating some tension, and then we see the economic loser Ted, you know, together with the children, and eventually when he was thrown out, right out of the house, there, the sequencing of the shot is also amazing. Then, first of all, you showed the car silencer, then you then pan straight into the sky, then you then drop the tap theory, the title. That was really fantastic and amazing. Yeah, it's really good. Then I discovered that you use the same shot sequence when you're introducing Marvin, your character.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes.
That zooming
shot.
Yeah,
again.
yeah. Are you trying to say something there, or is it just coincidence?
I don't know if that's a bit of wedding editing in me.
Okay.
Welcoming you into the property.
Okay. All right.
You see what I mean? That's the way I looked at it. The first shot, originally wasn't going to be there. It was going to be straight into Ted, a close-up of Ted. Right, now let's tell you a story about Captain Blackbeard. That's how it was going to be. And I thought, would that work? No, I want to set the scene. So that's when I basically shot the front door, and we were trying to make balloons fly around. These balloons would not fly around. They would only drop to the floor. So that shot is actually a fixed shot with the balloons dropping to the floor, and then post-edit reversed, so the balloons gradually floating up, and then we zoomed it in post-edit.
All right. And also the way you preferred the music to the score.
Yes.
The same, because if you look at the musical strategy of Quentin Tarantino's films, right, it's the same, whether it's introducing the Commodores or the Comanches in Pulp Fiction. It's the same way you've used Melinda.
It's really,
why Melinda?
Every part.
Tell us about the musical
Melinda,
strategy.
I've known Melinda for 7 years.
Okay.
And 7 years ago, we needed a singer desperately.
Okay.
And we asked around on the internet. Melinda came up. Met us once. We ran through a whole set that we were doing on stage in Tunbridge Wells. She came along and nailed it, and we've been in contact with each other ever since. Not every year we say hi and Merry Christmas, Happy Birthday type thing. Yeah. But then I've listened to her music before, and sometimes she posts live, and I love listening to her live. But then I got into one of her albums, which was amazing, and every track she nailed, every one of them. And I thought, I've got to use this for my sitcom. And it wasn't just as a theme tune. Every sound you hear in that, every piece of music is from, it's where I've nicked it.
I mean, it shows in the credit. I was like, wow, there is no other musician at all. It's only Melinda.
It's only her. And because her genre is from one end of the scale to the other.
That's correct. That's correct.
And she's a talent.
Yeah, she's really talented. Yeah. And in fact, the lyrics, the lyrics of Jezebella, actually, I think it also fits into the theme of the pilot.
They do, but they didn't originally. And, that's the only downfall for her, really.
All right. In what way?
It was all she's. She does it, and she. So what I did is I said, "Can you send me the instrumental?" She sent me the instrumental, and I took the S off the she, so he now he did it, and he, and then the next line was she.
Okay, that's nice to know.
Because I didn't want him jumping in the car, turning the car on, driving off, with a load of she's.
Yeah. Okay.
So I stole it and revamped it. I made it better for her, so she's only got to thank me.
No, because I mean, you could feel. It seems as if Ted, wants to be a rebel, right? It's not really that he wants to be a rebel, but situation is forcing him into rebellion. And then he's putting on this pirate's costume, which is not really, really a partial costume, and he doesn't really have that look of rebellion. But then Melinda's songs, which the Jezebella,
it's the pace,
set the pace and give it that halo of rebelliousness, and it was pushing him along.
That's
like
right. That's right.
Like there's I'm the sea, you are the pilot, you are the captain.
That's correct. And I think the other song, Caught in the Middle. This is when the reveal happens in the kitchen.
That's correct.
And it goes to a flashback in the 90s. Caught in the Middle, you could have put that on in the 90s and it wouldn't have been out of place.
That's correct.
Especially that scene, that instrumental scene. I thought, I've got to use that.
Yeah.
On the phone tour again. Can I use this one?
Yeah.
I think I've used 5 in total.
Wow,
Haven't I used 5 in total?
I think so, yeah. 5 in total.
5
it's
in
all there in the
total.
credits. Wow.
And every one of them is perfect for the series.
That's really, really fantastic.
Because her genres, if she was just one genre, it wouldn't have worked. But she's all over the place.
No.
She doesn't know where she is in life.
Yeah. No, it's good. It feeds.
She's our very own Alanis Morissette, is what she is.
It feeds into the movie. It's the same thing with you, that you are the actor, script writer, you're just crossing all the genres.
She's the same, but
so
in
it's
music.
the same. So it fits into the theme of the pilot itself. In fact, even the characters, Ted, especially, he's a ventriloquist, entertainer, the mechanical engineer, jumping around all over the place. So everything really ties together, and that's what makes the pilot.
I think she's similar to me in character. She can't do the same thing in her life.
It's good.
Can you?
Yeah.
I can't do the same thing. I can't do this. I had to, when I came out of my apprenticeship, I had to operate for a year, and that involved me doing the same thing, unpacking the same machine for a whole year. Drove myself nuts. I used to do it crying sometimes because it just drove the same thing. It used to drive me out, and I can't do the same thing. And that's why my wife is perfect for me as well, because she allows me. They say behind every idiot is some wife pulling their hair out, and this is definitely the case. Yeah.
All right. It's really unfortunate that we only see her behind the camera, not in front. She's the gaffer,
She's the mum in. She's the. She's Ted's ex-wife.
Yeah.
She didn't want much of a role.
Right.
But she's Ted's ex-wife.
All right, but
so
did I say that
my
in the
kids are
credits?
actually cuddling their real mum.
Right, but not the real dad.
No, not real dad. No, Dad's behind the camera saying, don't call him Dad. I'm your dad.
Right, yeah. I don't think they'll be happy with the dry humping scene at all. No, not at all.
I don't think she was very happy with the dry humping. Yeah, she wasn't very happy with it either.
Yeah. Well, it's brilliant talking to you, Mr. Simon Burridge. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hi, I'm Ilya Grimbushi. I played the role of young Ryan, and I have to say, this is one of the best films I've ever seen. It was so funny. I really recommend you go and watch it. And I just loved working with Simon. I loved the cast and crew, and honestly, it was just amazing.
So we've just watched the film and it's absolutely fantastic. We were laughing all the way through it. So hats off to Simon and everyone on the cast and crew. It was absolutely brilliant.
It's amazing to be a part of this, and I was really surprised by the edit. I think you've done an incredible job. I think you should be so proud. I think everybody, the whole team should be so proud of what you've achieved. And I can't see any reason why this can't go somewhere, and you definitely have to keep going with this.
I play Ryan in The Tab Theory, and this young man played a part in the film as well. What part was it? Man in Lou.
That's the pissing man.
He's the pissing man. But I just wanted to say all the best to Simon. Hope it works out for you with this project, and I'd definitely like to be involved in it, in the future. So hopefully thumbs up and it all goes good for you. Well done.
Simon, everyone involved. Mate, I was looking forward to this for quite some time. I've not known you for very long, but I just knew it was going to be funny, and honestly, from the bottom of my heart, that is 10 out of 10, mate, and I hope you get out of it what you want, and I certainly want another episode, mate. Well done.
I'm going to be honest. I wanted to say this is an absolute waste of time me coming down here to watch this, but I can't. It's been amazing. Your professionalism is superb, and I just cannot understand how you've done all this all on your own. But this is going to be fantastic, and I absolutely loved it. and I can't help but tell everyone about it. Fantastic, well done.
I think it was actually amazing. I've known you for must be 15 years, and I'm truly impressed that you've actually been able to deliver something of that quality and so funny in a matter of a couple of years. And I didn't even know you even had such good acting skills, so I'm really impressed. You boys impressed?
Yeah, mate, honestly, superb and absolutely loved it. Something I'd actually watch. Really, really impressed, mate. And yes, great job.
Well done, Simon. You did an absolutely great job. You had an amazing amount of hands behind you, and you could definitely see how great they all came together. Nicely done.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think this kind of thing can be really difficult to keep it consistent and have a comedy in exactly the same tone throughout the entire thing. And I thought it kept being funny and fresh the whole time, while still displaying the exact same kind of comedy that you have. And I think it was really, really funny and really well done. So well done.
There was lots of humor. Yes. I loved it. So much laughter. Yes. Right? And it was like a bit of a crazy stuff, you know, but at the same time makes sense.
Yeah. And at least you wanted more, so
I'm looking forward
to more.
Yeah. Towards the end I was like, oh, it's finished.
Yeah, Simon, I thought it was really, really good. As a concept, I thought it's got a good attraction. I think it needs a mixture of comedy and drama, and I think it had both characteristics. So good luck to you, hope it all goes well, and we'll hopefully see the next episode very soon. Cheers.
Brilliant, what a lovely night, it was absolutely fantastic, and all I could hear was people laughing their heads off. I'm so proud of you, fantastic, and I hope you do another episode, because I really want to know what happens. Well done.
Well, you know what they say. The only way is up.